short, looking sick, whip hella clean. That armor raw, got my tires shining on bling. I'm rolling on 24s in a photo. Them deep dish rims, reason why I'm going slow. Pulled out of rallies, headed right north on the shore. Hopping traffic to avoid the motherfucking law. Styrofoam cup in my car full of drink. Pockets got bread in my lungs, hella dank. 91 up in the tank, bout to hit 100. Dual exhaust pipes loud, sounding like thunder. Big motor underneath, cause I do it big. Chrome underneath the seat, cause I be the shit. It's like a must, hit the Shaw on a Friday night. Hit a club up. What's going on, y'all? Back with West of the 110. But before we get into this, get a moment of silence for my boy. Rest in peace, brother Steven. That was a good guy right there, man. Passed away a few days ago. Morningside High School alumni. Stephen Rolette worked at LAX. Great guy, always there for people. A lot of people who knew him knew he was a great guy. You know what I'm saying? Condolences to his family, his brother. You know, we got a chance to speak a few days out the week. You know, so we were pretty cool. You know, close. But you know, just saying that to say this. You know, rest in peace to my boy Steven. You know what I mean? Gone but never forgotten. You know, but with that being said, you know, we back, you know, with this topic. LA is broke. You know, Los Angeles say it's broke, yet somehow it still has money to fund programs for people who aren't even legal residents. City workers are getting pink slips, trash isn't getting picked up, city services are being cut. This isn't about immigration, this is about integrity. How do you justify giveaways while the working people of LA, the tax base, are being pushed out? You know, let's talk facts, funds, and some of the foolishness behind LA's leadership right now. With that being said, also, let me give you this. You know, LA budget crisis. Here goes some real numbers, real cuts. As you can see, they cutting other stuff, but the helicopter's still flying.
Yes, sir.
You know what up, Don, man? Look, man, at LA facing a 400+ million deficit. Over 1,000 city workers could be laid off or furloughed. You know, Mayor Bass proposes spending tens of millions on shelter relocation and aid for undocumented migrants. You know, so my key question is, you know, if the city is broke, where the money's really coming from? Also, would you give away money you borrowed if your kids were about to lose their home? What's the word, Don?
Hey, that's wild. That's wild. She's gonna give money to illegals that's illegally here and take money from people that was born and raised here. Basically, that's what's happening. It's not her money. It's tax money. Money that people had taken out their checks. And she's gonna take money from people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And give it to illegals.
You're 100%. You know, like I said, you know, this like I say, this episode here is not necessarily about, you know, we trying to, it's so much talk about the rage and stuff. So we trying to divert away from that. So that's why we gonna bring up the financial side, you know, for people listening. That's what we're speaking about today. So, you know, Mayor Bass decided to give out these cards. You know, it was a program under Mayor Garcetti where they handed out Angelino cards that funding will be uploaded to it. I think this time it's supposed to be like a couple $100. So it's just stipulations, you know, it's not for everybody. It's for migrants, or I think don't quote me on this. I don't know if it's for illegal migrants, immigrants, or just migrants, period. But I know it's a card for migrants. So, you know, I think some of the city workers are getting screwed over because I worked for the city before. Some people that we know worked for the city currently and before, you know, like people who kept LA running during COVID, like they're now disposable, you know, essential workers. They finna be laid off and y'all finna give money to people. And, you know, like even sanitation, cuts are happening in sanitation, public works, administrative jobs, metro support. You know, this the black and brown working class jobs here.
Yeah, I think, you know what, doing something like this, Miss Bass' time is limited. I guess she can forget about getting rehired because, granted, it's the Masters, but there's more than just the Masters. So I think she pretty much signed her own, sealed her own doom.
Yeah, you
And,
can
and,
say
and I
that. What up,
voted
Russ?
for her. And I voted for her. So I mean, that's absurd.
Hey, shit happens. What's the word, Russ?
All right, how y'all doing?
All
Not
Hey,
good,
much.
hey,
man.
Y'all,
country. Hey, country. My daughter right here next here listening to you. She said, "Go, country."
What's going on?
all
What's the
right.
word? Yeah, I mean, you know what?
Country
Hey,
said,
Russ.
"All
We just talking about what's going on. Here in LA. I know you down there in Texas. But I got a question for people in LA.
I'm gonna let you
People
go
are
to sleep,
standing
baby.
up
I'm about
fighting
to
for
leave.
people out here in the streets and stuff
Thank
like that.
you.
But my question to
Thank
people is
you.
why is nobody fighting for the people who already paid their dues? You know what I'm saying? Like that's my big question. There's nothing wrong with you standing up
That's it.
for people, but fight for everybody. Wouldn't it make it more sense to secure who's here before adding new weight to a sinking ship? That's how some people look at it. But you know what?
Yeah,
Um, I got some clips too, man. To go over. But before we go over these clips, I want to get this out the way. No copyright infringement intended. This video is for educational purposes only. The audio belongs to its rightful owners. We just here for educational purposes. You know what I'm saying? Here to bring stuff to people that they probably don't know. So I got some stuff here today too. Also, a follow up of some things that probably happened back in the day that y'all didn't realize. I ain't talking back in the day, just like a year ago. But something that happened recently. You down there in Texas, Russ. With the floods and the storms down there in Texas.
Mhm.
Here goes a clip, man. I want to know what y'all think about this.
I support ICE deporting the Mexicans who helped during the floods. They didn't have authorization. I've confirmed it.
While dozens of families were calling for help from their rooftops, these volunteers crossed the border with trained dogs, ropes, and first aid kits. They carried no weapons or drugs. They came to help, but were treated like criminals. Immigration agents aimed their guns at them, yelled that they had no authorization to be there, threw them to the ground, and loaded them into a van as if they were criminals. It was all caught on video, and the worst part? Just a few feet away, a family was still trapped inside their home. No one came to rescue them because the only people helping were already in handcuffs.
Okay.
What do you think about that? That is some people will call him the great Governor Abbott in Texas. What do you got to say about that, brother Russ? You being down there in Texas.
I mean, if that's true, I mean, that's despicable on the part of Governor Abbott to arrest people who are actually coming to help. And it seems like, I mean, I've seen on the news that there are foreign firefighters who are there, and they're fighting along, and the American or the Texas firefighters. So I'm questioning the authenticity of this video, really.
Yeah,
But
that
if
is true.
if it's true, I mean, in fact, if it's has happened, I mean, that shows very poorly on the state of Texas. So that's why I'm questioning whether or not he actually said that, because that video sounds kind of doctored, though. To be honest with you.
Yeah, well, if it's doctor, it wasn't doctor for me. So
Yeah, yeah.
we say these are allegations, but I mean, hey, the way some people think, you never know. What's up, Big LA? What's the word? What you think about that? Oh, Big LA still on pause. But hey, we got some. I got some notes right here.
My
Several cities are.
fault. My fault.
Oh
What's
shit! There you
happening,
go.
fellas? What's happening, fellas? What's happening? What's happening?
All right,
What's the word,
all right.
man?
My
What you
lady
think
out
about
there.
the?
Okay. First and foremost, before I give my actual thought, I'm gonna say AI is a motherfucker. Um, Number two, I don't think he would stand on a grand stage like that and put himself in that type of predicament with the type of situations that's going on across the nation. Because this ain't just going on in Texas or California. It's going on all over. I say that to say, if that's what they doing, y'all some dogs for the
I don't think he said that. Even that asshole ain't that dumb to say that. Not on that stage right
hold on,
now.
hold on.
I don't think he said it either. Me personally, you know what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't really said that. That's just like I say. That's why people gotta also know a lot of this shit is entertainment purposes. You got people gonna put their all kind of crazy shit, but look at the stuff that goes out. You have people actually thinking like him though, even though if it's a fake video, which I feel it is. People think like
right.
that.
Whoever made the video obviously probably feels like that, or they're doing it in a sarcastic way to kind of poke fun at the new, at the new laws or the new enforcement of the ICE laws.
Okay, okay. Let me. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What if it is an actual
I mean, if it's true, I mean, it's shameful. To be honest with you, it's an
Yeah. Well,
embarrassment to it's an embarrassment to the whole state of Texas.
I don't think Texas got to be embarrassed because I believe that it's a 99.8% fake. You know, like I said, that's one of those entertainment purpose videos, but on some real numbers, several cities are facing budget collapse. They made similar
Yeah,
choices like LA. I ain't saying giving out these cards, but like Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, he under fire for spending millions on migrant support while cutting public programs. New York City Mayor Adams, he admitted the migrant crisis is costing billions, even as housing and schools suffer. In Denver, shelters are overwhelmed. Locals are being displaced to house migrants. What you think feel about that? No matter of fact, let me ask you this: if we know the plan isn't working elsewhere, why is LA doubling down on it?
wait, say that again?
I say, especially, hey, you too, Don. If we know this issue ain't it's not working in other cities, we see how the money and budget crisis is going. Why is LA trying to double down on it?
Because their LA is predominantly Hispanics, and they're catering to the Hispanics, even though they're hurting other Hispanics and other people.
The ones that are here and are in prominent position only care about the ones that are coming here. Say, y'all not worried about the ones that are here that want to be here, that came here the right way, that feel and deserve to be here. Y'all not worried about that. So my question, who really in y'all pocket for real?
Yeah,
If y'all going to do something that y'all took an oath to stand for, who in y'all pocket for real? Just a question.
yeah. Well, the Biden administration, last administration, they push humanitarian funding. While average Americans struggle with rent, healthcare, gas, food prices. So, my question to that is the administration really for Americans or just America's image? Why are citizens still waiting on reparations, but new arrivals get housing on day one? That happens. That's been happening. And one thing I hate is that a lot of people say is hatred coming from a lot of. I ain't even talking about the black community, just American citizens. Period. That could be blacks, black white, Hispanic Americans, but a lot of people say it's hate coming from these American citizens towards the immigrants or whoever saying, "Oh, it's yo, you guys are mad because we're trying to leave from this place that has nothing for us." No, we're not mad at that at all. We don't promote violence or we don't condone it, but we mad at our own government. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, y'all gotta see us struggling, but y'all want to give the money y'all taking out of our checks away. That's what
Hey,
we
I got a
mad at, and
question.
if people don't understand that, something wrong with them.
When you done,
Go
I
ahead.
got a question for you. Okay. When
No, no,
you
I'm
say
done.
when you say we don't promote violence, we don't promote this or that. Who exactly is the we that you speak of? Because I know a we that doesn't promote violence that welcomes everybody in, and we still get kicked in the ass. But then I know a we that's all about if I want that, I'm gonna come take that. And right now, we in the presidency of if I want that, I'm gonna come take that. This is what we promote, but we don't promote violence. We don't promote violence, but we go to other countries and create our own embassy, our own land, but we don't promote violence. Okay,
You,
again,
you talking about America as a whole? I'm talking about the black community.
that's why I asked who. Because as crazy as it might sound, you got some of us, us, that think the same way they do. That's the crazy and sad part about
Yeah, you know,
it. Am I wrong for voicing that? Like,
no, no, you're not wrong. And for people who may be listening and not familiar what I'm talking about is California, Los Angeles, our mayor Karen Bass has decided to sign an executive order which will give the city of Los Angeles the authority to um provide funding to migrants. That's not what the whole bill is about. It's different thing, resources. She said some other stuff, resources towards city employees. Matter of fact, I got a small clip right here. Check it out real quick.
Would stop. In terms of the first part of the question that you asked, what are the resources? Well, in our community development programs, there's resources there in our family resource centers, but we also are going to have a reinstitution of the Angelino card, something that Mayor Garcetti started during.
I don't know what any of
So
that
that's
means.
what it's about. Yeah. Well,
I'm
see, that's
from, I'm
like
from
it.
here,
Well,
bro. I'm from here, and I don't understand what that. It sounds like you talked around some shit and said the same shit that got you in office. You didn't say nothing that was gonna change. Oh, we just gonna add a couple things. What
What the
are
hell
the
is an Angelino card?
what the fuck is that?
well,
I was
Angelino card. The Angelino card is like a prepaid card issued to people by the city, and they could upload money on it whenever they want to. So this is a card, the Angelino card, who's going to be for migrants. From my understanding, it's only supposed to be for migrants and nobody else. So it's to assist them with certain things, just a couple $100. But I guess this executive signing is supposed to be for support for other things too. Talking about give city employees money for resources to know how to deal with ICE if they come to somewhere, just stuff like that. But what stood out was the funding that they're gonna hand out to people. It's like, hey, shit, there's a lot of people in California doing bad. So, why not hand that couple $100 out to everybody, if you're gonna sign that in order.
They take under consideration, like you say, it's only a couple $100, but you talking about like what is like 75,000 migrants. Add that by 200, and what you got?
Good question.
That's
What
150. That's 150. And that's one time. This is gonna be a reoccurring thing. So multiply that 150 times.
75,000.
No. You said 200. You said
two
200
hundred
per
dollars,
person.
two hundred
200 per
dollars.
200 per person. That's 75,000 people. That's 150,000. You multiply that 70. You multiply that, and you do that monthly. Multiply that 150 times 12. And this is gonna be a bill that's gonna be. This gonna be something that's passed. That's gonna be here for a little while. What's crazy?
Yeah.
If we
Hey,
come to your country and do it, if we come to your backyard and do it, and your governors and your higher ups start doing it for us, it's a problem. Why?
yeah. You know what? Change the subject real quick, man. I know a lot of people probably like, man, they tired of hearing about this shit. Just like people tired of hearing about the Diddy shit. Um, I got a follow up. I got a follow up from something that took place a year ago that a lot of y'all probably wouldn't have known or probably don't even know. I got a clip from a year ago. Y'all check this out.
Peru has established a new group of people considered to be mentally ill. Transgender, intersex, and non binary people are now officially in that category in that country. The president of Peru signed off on the law last week. According to the state's health ministry, the decision was made to guarantee full coverage of medical attention for mental health for the transgender community, which should also note people in LGBTQ plus community as a whole will not be forced to do conversion therapy, meaning make them straight.
Some people may not have known that last year in Peru. You know, that was last June. You know, it's been a little bit over a year now. And I just wanted to see, man, did some of y'all hear about some stuff like that?
No, it's first I've heard of that.
I heard about it. I thought it was something to cover up something else, which I still think it is. I just, damn, well, damn, and well, damn again is what I'm gonna say.
I mean, it seems like it could be beneficial because it allows them to what get coverage. Is that the correct understanding?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with what Russ said. I'm gonna go with what Russ said.
I mean, it sounds like they'll fall under mentally ill, even though no one won. I don't necessarily agree with calling all of them mentally ill, but it looks like it could potentially still be benefits for that classification because they'll receive insurance coverage.
Yeah, so
Sheesh.
I mean, a lot of people who may be from the LGBTQ community over there in Peru, they may consider that a win for that community. Free healthcare. You know, maybe that was a fight that they were looking to get, and they accomplished that.
Lord, I guess I'm just gonna be the devil's advocate for the whole show. Y'all giving them something, but y'all classifying them with something as well. That's
But it's
very,
like a backhand
that's
compliment.
very serious and very real. Mental health is very real. So
Mhm.
you're giving them something, but at the same time saying mentally you're sick. So we're gonna give you this because you're sick, and we're gonna have you take these classes because you're sick, but we're not gonna call them make you straight classes. We're gonna classify them as something else, so we can still get funding.
I
And
thought they didn't have to take conversion classes.
they're not gonna call them conversion classes because then they're not gonna get funding. But if I tell you that I'm not gonna call it conversion classes and then still classify it as that once you go in the classroom, you're still gonna give me your money.
Well, I look at it like, the old days. If you're gonna, well, it's not gonna be done here because they're not gonna accept that here because they're
No,
they're like, hey, we're not mentally ill,
no, hell no.
so you don't have to worry about that happening here. But if it was to happen here, then they would have to be aware that if they did accept something like that, it'd be like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. I don't know if any of you younger guys remember that. They went
I
ahead
know
and
about. I know what you. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. They gave him a
yeah.
lobotomy,
That's exactly. That's exactly what it's like. And with
and
that
that's
being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Truman Show. Yeah, do your research on the Truman Show. Hmm.
yeah, they end up cutting their brains in little places to make them whole again. Well, at least allegedly.
Talk about
So,
it.
so they wouldn't go for that here. That ain't gonna happen. They know what time it is.
Not with conversion classes included, and I really think it'll be a lot of fight about being classified as mentally ill.
Hey
Yeah,
Russ. Hey
exactly,
Russ. At one
exactly,
point.
exactly,
Hey Russ.
There's
At
exactly.
gonna
one
be a
point,
lot of
they
pushback.
said drug classes.
A lot of pushback, Russ. A lot of
Yeah,
pushback. They like we're normal. We ain't nothing wrong with us.
right,
They ain't
right.
gonna
They
go.
don't consider
They
themselves
ain't gonna go.
mentally ill. Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't going for that. They're not going for that.
They'll try to flip the world.
Well,
They'll try to
a
flip
lot of
America
people
upside
didn't
down.
remember back. They used to consider that here in I think 73, if I'm not mistaken, 1973. America used to consider
Give
people
them
who
shock
identified
treatments.
as being, huh?
They used to give them shock treatments.
Yeah, that electroshock treatment. Yeah, yeah.
Have them going through
Oh,
convulsions and stuff with that little rubber in
yeah,
their mouth.
yeah.
That's
They are. Hey,
inhumane,
also,
man.
hey, speaking of that, I don't know if y'all seen that clip, but I put on the social media, man. It was an episode of that HBO series Oz in 1997 where they introduced this pill where people who were serving time, if they had 30, 40 years to life or something, they can give them this pill and it can age them up. Where if they 20, it'll make them 60 and they'll let them out of jail. It take their years away. That was an episode that came out in 97. But just last week, I was watching the news and they're trying to introduce something similar to that. And I say it's crazy. What we watch on TV, it always seemed to come real. Like people say, they got to get the story from somewhere. So from 97 to 2025, maybe they was working on something from back then, and now they just coming out with it. What y'all think about that? You think that's something cool to somebody commit a crime? They can go in there and if they get years, they get a pill that'll speed up their age and then they release them.
Hell
No,
no.
no. I think that's stupid.
That's playing God. I mean, I think we're going too far as human beings, as mankind, when we start coming up with the ability to expedite life.
Right.
I mean, that's just too far. I mean, you can't tell me somebody's not going to abuse that. You can slide a pill on somebody and you can make them age 20 years instantly. Who needs that type of power?
Yeah.
Definitely not the government. Shit.
The government don't.
Yeah.
The
Well,
government.
that's
The
just
government don't need it, but you got people. You got people like Elon Musk that are making smart chips and putting them in people.
Right.
You got.
well, people are allowing themselves to get them chips put in them. Shit, it ain't like they just pulling you off and putting them in you. I seen somebody at the store paying with their hand. That they little, I guess they debit card chip in their hand or something, and wave their hand across that day. I'm like, what the hell going on?
That's the mark of the beast there.
There you
That's what
go.
that is. Forehead in hand. Mark of the beast. You ain't gonna be able to eat without it.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
You
Hey,
ain't gonna be
look,
able
y'all see me. Y'all see me. Hey, come say something to me. That mark of the beast is some bullshit. That mark of the beast is some bullshit. That chip that y'all putting behind motherfuckers' ears is diabolical. It's crazy. The maker of that need his ass whooped for real. Um, I don't I don't see what y'all trying to do. You got a president that's trying to purify America. Let that sink in. The words ain't been said, but look at the actions. Look at the actions.
You got a president that said, "Make America great again." What was this whole MAGA? What did they look at America as before us? All of them, right? Name one place other than Europe where all of them was at one time centered. Because we was all around this. We was all around this motherfucker, and there was a whole lot of other things that was all around this motherfucker too. How y'all trying to push us out? We literally showed y'all civilization. I mean, it don't mean it might not mean nothing to y'all because you can't put a dollar on it, I guess. But y'all wouldn't be doing what half of the
I
dumb
mean,
shit y'all do now if y'all wasn't shown a certain piece of civilization that y'all manipulated once y'all learned it.
What you say? They taught them how to
well,
wash their ass, brush their teeth, all that shit.
All that civilization, how to
but
be civilized.
it ain't even really about that. I mean, you gotta this is some stuff we know. Like I say, what are we gonna do with the knowledge we have, the information we have? You know what I'm saying? Like let's say let's throw philosophy out of it, let's throw words out of it, let's use numbers. You get back to numbers. A lot of people always say I'm gonna find research and study this, and yeah, go study the numbers, because I mean from the last time I heard, numbers don't change at all. So
Numbers don't
you go
change,
do
black and white don't change, none of that.
you know do some research on some numbers. A lot of people want to find some facts to fiction. Okay, it's nothing but facts and numbers, especially when it comes towards historic events towards blacks. Like I say, religion, all you do the math. The first human body discovery, look at the numbers, comparison to religion, and then entrance of certain races, because a lot of people don't realize that most of the people from the beginning was all dark skinned. So I say history is deeper than that, but it involves numbers, it involves books. People are trying to erase books, so history
AP.
and religion go hand. A lot of people, as Milo would say, a lot of people fall to religion so much, but you can't just lean towards religion without history, because Bible is the oldest history book in around. So if you don't
I
if you
got a
don't depict
question
history
about
as part of
that.
that,
Is it
Got
history?
a point. I got
what's
a
up?
question about that. Please continue, but I got a question about that. See, he
Lord,
laughing
Yeah,
because
no, I mean just
he know where I'm gonna go with this. If that's the case,
well, I mean,
right? If that's the
yeah,
case,
yeah.
then why does it take 75 years to get knowledge that we're supposed to have now? Why
Who
is
said it
it?
takes 75 years?
What you mean? Go do your research about the Vatican. Anything in the
So
Vatican,
you telling
you
me
have to be
you go by the
75 or
Vatican?
better. That's where the book comes from, right? That's where the true testament comes from, right? If we're speaking
From the
biblically,
Vatican?
ain't that what the history say?
no,
That
I don't
that's
think the Vatican created the Bible.
I
No, the
wouldn't.
Bible.
I'm not saying created. I'm not saying created. But what I'm saying, as far as the closest thing to having the truest history of what was, ain't that what that's supposed to be?
I was
it's
look.
not
Man, you
necessarily the
sounding like you
Vatican.
think the Pope is God.
The Vatican may know more than what they let people know. I do think they hold a lot of secrets, but at the end of the day, it's still a form of organized religion, and
Of
it's
course,
put in
of
place
course.
to control. It's put into place to control the people, control the masses.
Hey, look at the numbers. When did
Okay,
religion come around?
so what do you say when Putin says, "Hey, they on some bullshit. I know I got this piece of information and it's real."
Who on some bullshit?
But this is something. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about as far as him releasing the pictures of them artifacts of all the stuff. This is what I try to tell a lot of people. And this is no offense to people listening. Nobody hear nothing. A lot of niggas been woke for years. Shit. Some of us didn't just wake up 2 years ago.
Factuals, factuals,
You know,
factual.
a lot of this stuff, a lot of this stuff that they presenting to people, we already knew. A lot of this shit we used to tell people, and they would call us stupid. I think I told this to Don. Some people, when I was on the Hood Humor Show, I used to talk about this same shit. You know, about the black community. People used to call me crazy. Oh man, nobody want to hear that shit. Ain't nobody gonna listen to you because yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of people got comfortable with them being pushed out, and this turned into not even a mixed culture. In LA, it's really no diversity. Like Terry Anderson said in 2099, 2000, there's no diversity in LA. If you go to LA, there were black neighborhoods right now. You probably got 2 original black families on each block. So I say that to say this. When I spoke about it over 5 years ago, now we here seeing what's going on, people being pushed out, and people got comfortable with adjusting to them being pushed out. So this is why I say what I say. Like, I'm not comfortable with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna say you comfortable with living below means, and you got all the resources, you got all the skill necessary, but our government won't help us. They will help somebody else.
And you know what else people will say? People will say that's crazy. Um, you're blaming this and you're blaming that for what is and what ain't. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I'm gonna say it straight up and down. The ones of y'all that'll conform and listen to what is said to you and jump when you told to jump, yeah, y'all skyrocket. Pew. To the ones that's woke, to the ones that know something, to the ones that understand what is really truly going on. Yeah, we below certain things. We below certain
Yeah,
shit. And
and
they'll always keep us
we
below
have
that
to
certain shit for a reason. It's a reason.
Of course it
we
is.
keeping
It's of course
ourselves.
it's a reason.
Some of us keeping ourselves.
A lot of people are informed of who we are and where we derived from. And you think about it, like he just said, Karen Bass is willingly giving up all this money and all this stuff to migrants, but the minute they say reparations for black, every ethnicity is against it, except some white people ain't against it, but every other ethnicity is against it. Oh no, they don't. No, no, no. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They really don't know. They don't. Either you know or you don't know, and they don't know.
They don't know. Some people
They
just full
don't
of
know.
shit. That's put it to you like that. A lot of people full of shit. You still got some black people today that will argue. I got a few buddies that will beat your ass if you say something bad about Obama, and these motherfuckers still ain't got $20 in their pocket. You know, I tell you, a lot of people they just full of shit. It ain't the fact that they don't know the truth or they don't care. They just full of shit because anytime something is supposed to come to you that's owed to you and you could possibly get it, and other people protest against it, and you sit back and like nothing's wrong with it, they're basically telling you, I want to see them in the same position.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what
Do
I'm
that.
saying. So a lot of people into the media themselves, like you said, a lot of people uh dig down into their own kindness in their heart and start saying, "Oh man, maybe I'm being wrong," blah blah this and that. And next thing you know, when they land on their back, looking up, saying, "Damn man, I ain't gonna get caught slipping again," but it might be too late. So a lot of people got to wake up to the fact, man. um get with the program. It's never about hate at all. Like I said, I can contest everybody that I know in LA is not from the same race. There's a lot of people who are not from the black race can count how many black people they know. I can't do that with other races of people because we know and we cool with a lot of people. And what's
A
so
lot.
sad is talk. What's so sad is the media depicts LA as being so separated, which is not, because black and Hispanic gangs share neighborhoods out here. And you still have some that don't push that hate card with the black and Hispanics, but the ones that do hold that bullshit rhetoric, just like the media, they're gonna promote negativity over positivity regardless. So
Every
you're gonna
time.
see that at the
Every time.
forefront, just like the every time. You're gonna see that. But I say that to say this, what's wrong with people? I don't care if you're black, white, Mexican American, or Salvadorian American, whatever. If you pay taxes here, you were born here, you're here legally, whatever. You got married to somebody here, you supposed to be here. Then you got a right to say something. And people need to stop trying to be worried about stigma, trying to fall into that category of being labeled as a racist for speaking the truth. If somebody want to label you as a racist because you talking about a system that put them before you when everybody's supposed to be equal here, like, no, that's not racism. That's calling the bullshit where it lies. You know, but
Some of us can't even go
before we
to.
go further,
Some of us can't even go to East LA.
real quick, Big LA, before we go further. Oh hell nah. Oh hell nah. Man, hey, you know what?
Hey,
Real quick, I was gonna put it
hey.
quick, but you real hey, I used to work over there. I used to work in those areas, man. And you know, the only thing that was pretty beneficial to me being knowing how me being able to speak Spanish and communicate with a lot of people. And it was just kind of crazy, you know, just how different cultures treat you. Like in those areas in East LA, a lot of people think it's predominantly Mexican, Salvadorian. Nah, man, I bumped into people that were from some black people who were Colombian, Peruvian over there living in that area. And I bumped into one black guy who was Peruvian, and he said, man, you know, he was talking to me like he was scared of me, but he was scared of people in the spot. I was at this spot called El Güero Tacos, and I realized, like, damn, the cats over here is fucking with him because he the black skin, dark skin, but he's Hispanic. So he's fearing me because he know I'm a black American, but they over here giving him hell because he's a black Hispanic. I said, this is crazy. This didn't make that threw me off. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, people got to open their eyes and stuff, man. Especially some of my partners and some of my homegirls who are Hispanic. Don't matter where they're from, Mexico or Salvador, wherever. This is the same thing I'm gonna tell y'all is what I tell some of my black friends. Like, if y'all are sitting around and y'all really don't have hate in your heart, and y'all hear somebody in your family, friends around the function, everybody drinking, and somebody, you know, saying derogatory stuff, especially towards blacks, using the N words and calling these, you know, names. If you're really not for the bullshit, why don't you stop them in their tracks? You know, you know, and if you are one of them people who do that, then kudos to you. But if you're not one of those type of people who would do that to what I just said, then maybe you are the problem. And some people don't want to admit when they're the problem. Oh shit.
I do. I want to
My
add
bad,
something to
Russ.
that.
I didn't see you back there. Hey, but you know what? We have Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to add something to that. There's one thing I've noticed though, living, born and raised in LA, especially nowadays when you get around all these cities, like you say, is one thing that sticks out in my mind. And y'all were just speaking on that, like no brothers go to East LA and Monrovia and all these other highly Hispanic neighborhoods. But I'll have to disagree with that because I done went to these places, I rode through them, and I'll look and I'll be like, I'll be damned. Nigga living in the neighborhood riding on a bike. I saw that in Commerce the other day. I seen one in Bell a few weeks ago. So my vision of niggas will move any motherfucking place they can. They think they can live there. That's what I've noticed.
Well,
And they might not
some of these
mess with him.
places.
Maybe they may not mess with him. Maybe because he's the only nigga there. Maybe when it becomes a
Nah,
multitude, then it might get different.
well, it depends. Like you can't. Well, I'm gonna say this: we can't really say, oh, just because it's a predominantly Hispanic area, you can't live there. No, if it's a predominantly Hispanic gang area, you ain't
Yes,
gonna live there. In East LA,
facts. They
East
will
LA
burn.
is predominantly, they will burn you out. East LA is predominantly gangs of Hispanic gangs. I've seen black people live in predominantly Hispanic areas when we worked in the Lincoln Park area.
Yeah.
Hell, you know, you had a lot of blacks around the Lincoln Park area still. So it's blacks everywhere, but 9 times out of 10, those are probably people who originally lived in that area.
Yeah.
And they like,
You know,
I'm not
because
moving. I'm not going.
I'm not going. I'm not moving. Because how many people you know right now that are black that's probably living somewhere right now say, man, I'm finna go buy a house right now in Lincoln Park, or I'm finna go over here in Montebello, or you know, in an area that
Yeah.
they're not familiar with. That's just like
Yeah.
people in East LA who gonna say, yeah, I'm finna go over there and move my Dorsey High School.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell no.
He's like, hell no.
I'm dead ass
You
when
know,
I say that. They not finna come out of that city and then come out this way and be like, I'm finna live over there. Hell no, no the fuck you ain't. Cause you done watched and seen a whole lot of shit come across your TV screen, on your news channels, on your social medias. You done seen some shit. So you like, nah, I'm cool. Nah, I'm cool. And
real
they
talk.
don't always put every bit of news on a national stage. Look at the inner
At
news
all. They
of
don't.
some of these inner cities. A lot of people follow the inner news like the Citizens app. A lot of people on that app, they see what go on. They're not going to buy no house on, by Manchester Park. They're not going to go live on 50th and Dinker or in the area of 50th and Dinker. They're not going to do that. They're not going to live by the Slauson Swap Meet. They know what go on. They see what go on. Name one successful motherfucker that want to buy a house in Athens Park when they know what go on in Athens Park. It ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna
Well,
happen.
I'm I'm gonna say this. Um, piggybacking off what you said, yeah, you're right about that, but people need to pay attention to what's going on, especially people in the black community who probably done worked themselves up, saved money, got in a position, fixed their credit. You know, a lot of people came home from jail, you know, last year, 2, 3 from doing 20, 15-year stretches. You know, people that in fixed themselves up with these raids going on. You know, a lot of people have self-deported, a lot of people have left, and a lot of
Yeah,
people who are being sent back who probably won't come back and have property. A lot of this stuff is going to become available, you know, and this is for any American here. I mean, I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, you live in LA, you got money to get it. Just let you know, some people who are in a position to buy homes and stuff like that, who may think they never would have a chance to do it, this might be the opportunity. If you know the way they taking people and not letting them come back, which is kind of fucked up. You know, people that spent hundreds of thousands on property and you're going to take it from them, you know. But hey, just like when somebody take y'all property or you lose a home and you black, white, hell, somebody else move in it, life goes on. So save your chips, everybody, anybody. This ain't just for black people. This for everybody. Stock market up and down. You know, some stock companies, you know, were doing good, bad. You know, some people make money here and there. You know, whenever some turmoil going on, it's kind of crazy. There's always some kind of way to benefit financially, somewhere off of it, which is kind of sad. But hey, that's America. Um, Let me see. Shit, man, we've been about 50 minutes. You know what? We're gonna take a quick break, man. I'm gonna run this little commercial real quick. If y'all need an attorney down there in Houston, y'all check out my boy Russ.
Heard at work, still working. Now they want to fire me. You know what?
All right, I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Made a few calls, but it don't seem like nobody know what I need. So I got a number from a buddy. He said, get this person a call. I said, man, do they have what I need? He said, give them a call.
At Stringfellow Taylor and Associates, we understand. Whether you're navigating the challenges of probate, defending your rights in a criminal case, or seeking justice after a personal injury, we're the team you want in your corner. Located right here in Houston, Texas, we specialize in probate, criminal defense, and personal injury law. But our expertise doesn't stop there. We also provide dedicated legal support in immigration, family law, and a range of other legal matters. This is our strength, standing up for our clients when it matters most. If you're looking for experience, compassion, and results, call Stringfellow Taylor and Associates today at 888-877-2779. When life calls for legal action, we answer.
I like the advertising when it was fighting better.
Oh man.
I catch it.
Why, sir? Why, Don? Why? Why? My man's came out of smooth left field. He said, "You know what? I like the one where y'all squabbling. I like that one better. Where that one at?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The more ratchet, the better.
No.
The more ratchet, the better. You know.
Yeah. The more eye
Indeed,
catching. More eye catching.
indeed.
Eye catching. You like, hell yeah, I'm going there. Fuck that. That motherfucker fuck me up. My car ain't gonna never be the same. Back hurt and shit. Just got to a fight. Yeah, my back hurt even more now.
I
So
don't got my ass whooped in traffic.
yeah.
Yeah.
And because of this accident.
That's diabolical. That's diabolical. He said, "I got my ass whooped in a car accident."
Shit happens.
Oh, road rage, man. You know, tempers out there, especially down here, that's real bad. And you know, guns are just everywhere. They shooting and killing. So it's best
Every
not to even
motherfucker
blow.
where hell yeah, that shit diabolical. Makes no sense.
It's best not to even blow a horn around here. Somebody cut you off, let them make it.
Damn all
Let them
that,
make
Russ.
it.
Hey, Russ, damn all that. I got you and associates on speed dial. Damn that. What you
No, that
said,
only
what you
count.
said. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
you're in a Nissan Altima. I'm in a Chevy Tahoe. Why is you blowing your horn at me like you crazy?
They might be crazy. Cause they might be crazy.
If you don't take your weird ass on. Now look, I say this: it's real niggas, tough niggas, scared niggas, bitch niggas everywhere. But God damn it, you blowing your horn at me, we got a problem. Take your ass around and move on. I'm already going 95 miles an hour on this fast motherfucker to begin with. I'm already going 95 on this motherfucker. You going 115 blowing your horn. Take your cool ass around, move the fuck on somewhere. All I'm talking about. All I'm saying.
Yeah, man. You know what?
That's why Russ ain't say nothing. He know what I'm talking about.
See Russ over there killing.
Look, I'm still stick to what I say. You better not blow the horn around here. It's just too many motherfucking guns in Texas. These people are fucking crazy. It's crazy out here.
You know what? God damn it. They didn't stop making theirs when they made everybody else.
Man, look. Everybody got one. Everybody got one. That's not even the issue. Yeah, we know everybody got one, but it's like, who was the first one to shoot? And these crazy motherfuckers gonna shoot just because you blew the horn. Oh, you blew the horn at me? Okay. I got you. The next thing you know, you gonna shoot out on the freeway.
Like I said, I got Stringfellow and associates on speed dial. I ain't worried about nothing. Hey, big bro. He hopped out the car on me first. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, in about, I say about a week or maybe a little bit sooner. It could be a little after that. You know, my boy gonna come with his segment. I know Cool Daddy gonna come with his we call it the cool verdict, man. You know, it's gonna be a cool little segment. Y'all check this out real quick. My boy gonna drop some knowledge. Gonna come with some factual stuff, some stuff that's going on. You know, it's gonna be some cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? Something that's gonna it's gonna resonate with people, something different. You know, like a lot of people talk about political stuff, but political stuff is deeper than what you hear on the news. You got to know about it. You got to be about it. You got to read about it. You got to see about it. So, you know, he's gonna have his cool factual points on Western 110 coming soon. Um, but yeah, man, like I say, shit, we've been on here for about almost an hour, man. Again, too. I want to show this real quick, my boy. Rest in peace to my boy Steven. You know, he was a good dude. Passed away a couple days ago. Um, like I had the same conversation with him as I do everybody else, man. You gotta take care of yourself. Um, you know what I'm saying? Just like I speak with y'all, I spoke with him. He would call me at midnight or shit 6 in the morning. But like I tell everybody, you got to take care of yourself. Find you somebody to love. Find somebody who love you. My boy, he was single, no children. So that's not the way to live. You know what I'm saying? Find you somebody that love you. Find you somebody you could love. You don't want to be on this earth and leave out on your own. I know you came in by yourself. You're gonna leave by yourself. But while you're here, you don't have to be by yourself. So, um, you know what I'm saying? Mental health along with physical. Take care of yourself. 60 is not old. 70 is not old nowadays. People are living longer nowadays. So people are living to over 100 now. It's common. So let that sit in. You can be around for a while. So don't think because you're 30, 40, 50, 60 that you're old. Nah, man. Some people just getting started. Hell, I know a guy who just got divorced at 62, and he seemed like he said, man, I feel like I'm 30 again. So 60 is not old.
He lost all that baggage.
He said
Oh
that
Lord.
baggage.
It's like
Oh
he dropped
shit.
about 200 pounds, so he's feeling pretty good.
Oh shit. What you said? He up there with you at the Elk Lodge?
Hell yeah, man. We had it's going down. Shit.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
fucking can't.
Shit, we VIP
you know
in
what though?
this shit. Shit,
Something.
we
Hey, that's
VIP.
what you got to do though. That's what you got to do, man. That's a lot of people probably never even thought of this. Men and women who probably from the 30 to 55 range up in that area. A lot of people figure like, damn, man, I'm bored. I don't have fun like I used to. Yeah, why is that? Because the average person don't do the same shit they do anymore. Like you used to. You want to cut out doing the negative shit. A lot of people got older, left weed and drank and shit alone. But you don't have to leave the extracurricular activity fun alone, like going out, dancing with a lady, stuff like that, hanging out with your boys, go play some pool. A lot of people got away from that. A lot of people stopped hanging around the people that they grew up with. And some of them people are still living. For the ones who are still living, the people you used to always have fun with and go out and have fun with, people need to get back to that. If people
Some
wondering
of them,
why they
some of
like,
them ones, some of them ones y'all need to stay away from. Some of them ones y'all was getting in trouble with. I'm
oh yeah,
just saying.
oh yeah. That's common sense. Up in age, you already know that. You shouldn't even have to say, "Oh,
Not
I should
not
stay
all
away."
of them. Not all of them, Pete. You can't say you giving
Well,
mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
don't I don't know people like that because I tend to not hang around motherfuckers like that. Like I say, shit, tell you the truth, man. You are who you hang out with. That's like they say, you are what you eat. That's why a lot of these niggas is pussy because they eating that shit 24/7.
Mm, interesting.
You ain't shit, Pete. You ain't so never mind. I'm gonna let you breathe, Pete. I'm gonna let you
Hey,
breathe, sir. I'm gonna let you
just be
breathe.
real.
I'm gonna let you breathe.
I mean, only reason I say that because man, you know what's so crazy, man? Like real talk. I seen an older cat. He was an older crip dude, and he had a conversation. And he said something real. He said, something I learned being in prison for 31 years is that most of the people that I was in here with who clapped somebody didn't bang and didn't live a bad life. They just made a mistake.
It
Do
be
what?
like that. It be like that.
So, a lot of people need to, I always say this, snap back into reality. Um, get back to what you love doing, not what you like doing to make you income, because a lot of people do shit to make money that they don't like. It's a job, somebody working right now that they hate, but they go there because they get paid decent and it help them get through life, but they hate it and wonder why they miserable. Say life
It
is what you
ain't
make it. Home.
go get a trade.
Get a trade. Go try it. Go try doing something. A lot of people don't want to try nothing. I mean, I don't encourage negativity at all, but don't lie to yourself. Especially for a lot of women out there. It's a lot of women lying to themselves. A lot of women liking people, whether you like a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Just lying to themselves, and hey, go have some fun with yourself. Go out on a limb. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys too. Go out on a limb. Go have some fun. When the last time you went paintballing, bowling or some shit like that? Do something you ain't did in a long time.
Yeah, I
Go to
agree.
a batting cage.
Or do something you did when you were younger. So we tend to act like we grow out of things. Sometimes it's cool just to act a little childish, but don't get in trouble.
Well, a lot of people don't know how to do that because of the crowd that they're around, like Big LA say. That's why it's important. You got to know who to hang around and who not to hang around with, because just being around somebody can mess up your life. Hell, you know how many people in jail right now doing a stretch just for being around somebody at the wrong time?
Yep.
Gone.
People don't want to realize that and stop. I think I was talking to Don about this earlier. I asked him a question, and I set him up for a question to answer, and he gave me the answer. And I say a lot of our answers to questions that are asked to us right now are based off stuff and things we seen from the 90s. And we're not even realizing it's 2025. A lot of women look at black men nowadays thinking they all full of shit. Well, I mean, I laugh when I see shit like that on the internet. Like I'm married with 5 children, you know what I'm saying? And I don't believe in that having a side chick shit. And like I tell my wife all the time, shit, I got one headache, I don't need another. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm just being real.
Hey. It's a way around that. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, bring it on. Yeah, y'all make a sound decision and have a good conversation. Bring it on.
Real talk.
Just saying.
That's the flex. That's the flex nowadays. A lot of people, men and women, y'all want to go out there. All you women and men, y'all think about this. Everybody that then tried to look cool for somebody they know, the girls looking for their homegirl. Oh yeah, my homegirl such and such. Every group of girls got a good looking girl or 2 good looking girls amongst a bunch of ugly ones. So they always looking up to them good looking ones and seeing all the dudes that they have, dudes dropping them off, buying them this. Oh, I want that. Yeah, but it's a lot of shit that come along with that. You don't know what these people are going through. And if you're trying to impress people just to show that you can be like them, you're gonna mess your life up. And that go for men and women. How many dudes then
Yeah,
tried to
you
smash
crazy.
different bras, homie
You
got
crazy
bitches,
for
you know what I'm
that.
saying? That's real talk though. Hey man, you hear this saying in the 90s in LA, what's better than coochie? New coochie.
New
That's what they
coochie.
would say.
Damn, sir.
That's a
God
universal.
damn.
That's a
P.
universal saying.
Oh, for
P.
That's a
real?
universal
That's how
saying.
P.
y'all feel. That's how we feeling right now.
No, I'm just saying that's a
No,
universal. That they say that around the
I
whole
say no
country.
comment. No comment.
No. Catch camera
No
on when you
comment.
say no
No
comment to me.
comment. No
Cut, cut,
comment.
cut, catch camera on when you say no comment to me. What you said?
I reserve the right to refrain from asking, for answering the
Oh
question.
shit. Alright.
But hey,
Alright.
it's real though. Like, I mean, people need to get back into reality. That's all around. I'm not talking about in how they being treated in life, just in general. Like, married people, man, especially speaking to some of the black men that's been married. It's a lot of black men who've been married for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to go out and have some fun with your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, go ahead and put that dirty flick on and get it stimulated. Go home, tear your wife up. Leave that Figaro hooker alone. You know, go have fun with the person you made a bond with God to be with the rest of your life. Stop giving that little girl, that 19, 20-year-old, that $40, $50 here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Real
A lot
talk.
of
Oh
stuff.
Real
Lord.
talk.
Oh
No, for
Lord. Here
real.
you go with the
Real talk.
40-50.
A lot of stuff will clear up in your life when you start living right. And I'm just talking about for men. Like, we all have past shit. Like I say, I'm a musician. You can pull my shit up online now, find all the music I did and buy it if you want to. But so I didn't seen a lot of shit. And I tell you right now, both men and women are some cold motherfuckers. So don't think it's just men. I didn't see some shit in these fucking shit from women. It's some cold motherfuckers out here, man.
Diabolical.
Hey, be real. Women are more treacherous than men. That's real talk.
Yeah, especially when they hurt.
Talking
What you say?
about it.
Hell has no what
Yeah.
boundary when a woman scorn or something like that, or what? How
Oh,
that
yeah,
go?
Warren. Yeah,
Hell has no
Warren
fury.
Storm.
Yeah,
Don't
hell,
let
hell
the
No
has no
fury.
passion
fury.
die. Don't let the passion die out. I get don't let the passion die out, but y'all women some diabolical motherfuckers that be on some diabolical ass shit when y'all feel like y'all want to be motherfucking diabolical. I said what I
I blame
said.
the guy.
Yeah,
I blame the
thing
guy
is,
sometimes.
the thing is,
Sometimes,
you can't say all
sometimes.
women. You can't say all women. You can't say all guys. You know, you
No,
got good on
You
both
can't.
sides. And
But
you got shit on
but
both sides.
Ooh,
I say this from the guy. The dude always talk about. I'm gonna be real. Y'all throw that theory out that your great auntie, grandma gave y'all. Oh, I'm gonna marry for love. Fuck all that shit. Y'all better marry some y'all like too, because y'all gotta
yeah,
lay
damn
next
it.
to this person your whole life. So yeah, I love
Exactly.
this person. Yeah, but
Exactly.
you better marry some you like too. Shit.
Facts, facts. Better go get you one.
I mean, why would you marry somebody you don't like?
Hey,
He gonna
hey,
do
hey.
it.
That's
He gonna
another
What
do
the
it, bro.
fuck is
conversation for
going
another
on? What the
day,
fuck going
sir.
on there?
That's another
Hey, bro,
Exactly.
conversation for another
you
day,
telling me,
sir.
bro?
He,
Hey,
he,
in the South back in the day, that's all you seen. Shit, a lot of them dudes didn't have a pot to piss in and would marry the first woman who would take care of their ass, and vice versa. So a lot of people. That's why a lot of cheating went on with the what's the generation before you got millennials. Before millennials was what gen no, what was before millennials?
Baby boomers.
No,
No, baby
X.
boomers.
Gen X.
It was
Gen X,
the
then is
Gen
baby
X.
boom. Yeah.
Like I say, uh, we should know the answer to that. Looking at these generations and shit, like come on, man. A lot of this shit is just wild. A lot of these men back then, the Gen X kids, a lot of them parents, they didn't marry because they loved each other. They married because back in the day they was having a good time partying and shit. That's why most of the parents back in them days, what's the Gen Z parents, the baby boomers, the baby boomers. Shit, baby boomers got kids who are Gen Zs and millennials to show you how much fucking they was going on. So to show you they wasn't marrying for love back then, they were just marrying because people was financially stable or they could help them out at the moment.
I disagree, sir. I disagree. I
Well, I seen
disagree.
it, so I'm speaking from fact. I ain't speaking from just some bullshit I'm hearing about. No, I seen that a lot. How many old men can't stand it? And you know this big LA. How many old men be on Figueroa Boulevard that's 60 to 80 years old that's been married 30 to 40 years, but they always on the blade because they can't stand the fucking person they married.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But they also been married to him about 40 years, so
that don't mean man. That don't mean.
you never whatever. Shit.
He, he,
That don't mean.
he's a smart married man. He said it's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah. He just say she can stay, but that don't mean I'm not gonna play.
Mm, something wrong with y'all. Something diabolically wrong with y'all.
I don't I don't I don't condone that. I don't
Oh
condone
man.
that. Any man out there married stepping out on his wife, you got the condoms don't stop every disease, and you can bring your wife back something. And
that's
also
real
too
talk.
for for
That's
for
real
these
talk.
for these ladies, you got a lot of dudes out here. You got a lot of dudes out here that prey on married women. And do you think they putting on condoms for you married women? Nah. So some of you ladies out here that got good men and is married out here fucking around,
Boy,
y'all better watch. Y'all
That's
going out
real
here
talk.
letting
That's
dudes
real
bare
talk.
rack y'all and stuff like that, like it's
That's
cool.
real talk. That's real talk. Like you say,
Like
they got diseases. They got diseases, man, that look at a rubber and laugh at it, be like, come on, motherfucker. You know, next thing you know, your motherfucking ass fucked up for life.
fucked up,
yep.
your shit falling off, all that.
You know, talking about my dick
And
ain't
that's
been out in
why
the sun. Why is it peeling?
Whoa,
Fuck the wrong bitch.
real
whoa,
tough. What
whoa.
you say? What Miss Carter say? gotta have a friendship outside of the relationship with your partner. That is true, especially when you have kids, because when the kids get grown and leave, it's just you two.
Yeah.
People
We
don't
gon' we
realize that.
gon'
Hey,
well, I'm gonna
hey,
say
Miss
people
Carter also
mistreated.
said, hey Russ, Miss Carter also said that people in Texas, they all live over 100 years old. Is that true?
Hell no.
It's true. A lot of people.
No. What?
Whoa.
I can show you a whole lot of people didn't make it to 100. So I mean, really?
I mean, hell, if we being real, some didn't make it to goddamn 25, just
Shit,
like in my
too.
state, peace state. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right here, 50. I know some didn't make it to 50. So 100, that's a blessing. Hell, that's a blessing. You make it to 100.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Man, but
Yeah.
like I say, man, you got to you gotta you gotta be real with yourself. You can't be real with nobody else if you ain't real with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I want to
factions.
say too, something I used to tell my boy Steve, you know, rest in peace, man. Um, you can't allow people to use you, man, family or friends, man. You know me, I'm a straight shooter. You know, I call shit like I see it. So when I see shit, I let motherfucker know. That so you know, that's just what I want to tell the people. You know, y'all probably got some people that's close to y'all. Just know that it's some people that's gonna stick around being close to you and cool with you just in case you make it, just to say, oh, I was there, but they ain't never did nothing for you. I tell people a silent hater is worse than a loud hater. You know what I'm saying? Because a loud hater gonna let you know they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you winning or losing. You know what I'm saying? But a silent hater will sit back. You know what I'm saying? Or sit back
Every
and just
time.
quiet. You know, so you know you got to pay attention to stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to everything you do, man. Just like I say, tomorrow, and I promise you don't know how you gonna go. You don't know what can happen. You know, keep your head up when you're walking. How many videos we didn't seen people walking with their head down and a tire coming off like a big rig, you know, on the freeway, coming right at them or something, you know, and they don't even see it. We've seen videos like that.
True.
So, like I say, man, just you know what I'm saying, be vigilant. You gotta I'm not gonna say stay prayed up all the time. You gotta pray, but some people praying too much. Anthony Hamilton said, sometimes I feel like I'm praying too much. And you know that's true. You know, you got some people will be sitting there watching a tornado come right at them instead of running the opposite direction. I'm gonna sit here and pray about it. No, God gave you the strength to get your ass up and run.
Right. Get
The key,
on.
the key is God give you wisdom. It's up to you to use that wisdom. Wisdom. Some people don't use it.
It's up for you to use that wisdom. It's up for you to use that wisdom. And you know, anybody who want to be on this show, man, y'all can go to the Facebook, the West of the 110 Facebook. You know, shoot us a quick message in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? We can work something out, man. We like to hear the opinions of the average person. I mean, yeah, I got buddies that's in the music industry, all this shit, but like, I mean, nobody want to hear what they got to say. Do you want to hear somebody tell you how they got their first million or some shit like that? No, you want to hear some shit like you know, something from common folk. What's going on with you?
One more thing.
Indeed.
One more thing on
But
that, key. That, like I said,
yeah,
if you on the street, lolly dolly, you get in it with somebody, a motherfucker pull out a gun, you ain't got nothing but a hand with some skin on it, and you sitting over there trying to pray. God done gave you wisdom, you get blasted on, and you want to blame God. Oh shit, he didn't save me. Motherfucker, he gave you wisdom, motherfucker, you supposed to ran, nigga.
Facts. You was
Real
supposed to
talk.
get loose. You weren't supposed to stick around. Fuck around with you.
I gave you wisdom, you got feet, you fast, you nigga, you run, motherfucker.
Not even that, damn it. I gave you the ability to be fortunate to have a car in your fucking driveway. Why are you not gone? Why?
My thing is, I don't care how you get out of there, you know, sitting down there praying on your knees when he gonna give you the wisdom to run, that's on you. Don't blame him.
yeah, yeah, you right. Hey, real quick, man. I ain't gonna hold us on here too a few more minutes, man. But I want to ask y'all this real quick, especially you, Russ. Um,
Well,
I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I'm pretty sure you heard about it. But I think they asked the DA to present why do you think they should be released or they shouldn't be released. Talking about the Menendez brothers case. What you think about that? If you're familiar with it, Russ?
I mean, I am not familiar with it enough. Like, I know there's some new evidence or something that was brought up to somehow mitigate
Yeah.
what has happened, but I'm not sure what that evidence consists of. Can you tell me?
Yeah, it have something to do with one of those entertainers from that group, the Menudos, who
Yeah,
was
Menudo.
also saying he was raped by their dad along with the brothers, and
Yeah.
that's what they're basing it upon.
Oh wow.
So, so they're saying it was a history of sexual violence in that family,
Yeah, he was raping both of
perpetrated,
the brothers.
perpetrated by the father.
Yes, yes.
All right. I mean, honestly, that is something they do use to mitigate punishment. So if it's in fact true, so I mean, why not? You know, if it was something that happened to them, and they're not, it can be proven. Well,
Yeah.
why shouldn't
Well,
they be have some of the punishment mitigated? Because like I say, don't believe everything you see on the news. The news
Yeah,
has its own agenda, and it will shape. They will frame a story to appear any way that
yeah, yeah.
suits their
They
purpose.
their dad was a talent scout or what have you, and he brought up Menudo. There was a big group back then in the
Right,
'90s.
I remember them. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
them.
yeah. And the kid from there with the lead singer said that Pops went off inside of him too. You know,
Uh,
so but I mean, it is what it is. And that's a touchy situation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Touchy.
That's
I
why I
mean,
ain't even.
yeah.
That's why I ain't even say nothing because I'm like,
they
ooh,
been
you
there what
asking a
about 30 years?
You asking questions tonight.
I mean, shit, they've been there about 30 years. So I
And
mean,
all his
this
family want him out. I think all
right.
their family know it's true too, probably, because that's why they want him out. And they
Right.
knew old Jose was a little freaky.
Yep.
And
Yep.
their whole family want him out. Because you got to realize that their family, that's their sisters, their brothers, they all related. His relatives, they related to the mom and the dad, and they like, you know what? They was doing some horrible shit.
Right. So
But
shit,
even
let them out.
that being said, by law, you're not supposed to be able to do that. You ain't supposed to commit murder, even for something like that.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, the law, shit, the law is not
I'm just
always
saying.
right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
The
just
law is
saying
not always right.
that's true. That's true. I'm just saying, Russ. It's by
Yeah.
law, you ain't supposed to be able to do it.
Yeah,
That's
murder.
all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
murder is illegal. Yeah, murder is illegal. But sometimes
It
you
doesn't
say,
mean
Hey,
I
law.
hey,
understand. Look, I understand. Sometimes you just gotta say, but I understand.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't legal for the motherfuckers to be hanging us, but they still was doing it.
They still
You
did it
know.
right. So
So
shit.
shit. It ain't
I
legal for
guess
5-0
I
to be
guess what
shooting
they
us
were saying,
down.
Don, I guess what they were saying about that new evidence, it was something about that letter. They mentioned something about it in the trial back in the day, but like they were talking about that letter that I guess Eric wrote to his cousin Andy Cano. It described the alleged sexual abuse by their father. So that legal team argued this corroborates their years old claim of familial abuse that were excluded
Right.
during trial. But Roy, whatever his name is, Roy Rosillo's affidavit, the former Menudo's boy band. That's what you're talking about. The Menudo's boy band claims Jose
Yeah,
Menendez,
yeah,
sexually assaulted him in the 1980s. This surfaced more recently and was not available at the time of trial. This one just came out.
yeah. But there's one little
So
thing you left out. One thing you left out.
what's that?
You forgot to let them know that we got a serious redneck DA. He hate brothers, so I can see brothers falling left to right again anyhow. And this motherfucker right here, he's definitely against it because he like basically saying, I don't give a fuck what he did to him. They fucked up. And this motherfucker, he's a redneck racist, and they put him in there to offset Gascon. And don't get me wrong, Gascon wasn't the ideal, DA, because he was letting people with all this snatch and grab and all this other crime get away with it. But $1,000 or less, you can don't go to jail, and everybody doing all this robbing and stuff. But you know what? I felt the guy meant right. He just didn't know how to orchestrate everything the way it should have been and keep the law, on an even tilt. But he ran off of that. He got in, and he's a redneck to his heart. There's no doubt about that. You want me to put it in layman's term? I'm pretty sure he hate niggas. I'm pretty sure of it.
But he's
Sure,
not a
my
fan
name
of.
is John.
He's not a fan of the colored folks.
Yeah. I see it in him. I see the way he talk.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing nice. And niggas gonna get feel this shit too. Believe me. Believe me. And then Trump went ahead and said he gave 5-0 immunity. Shit they
Yep.
do. Shit. Come on, man. This
Yep.
motherfucking
He
DA gonna have a
opened up.
field day. This
Open
DA
up the
gonna have a field
floodgate.
day. With
Yeah.
Gascon,
He
with
did it.
Gascon would charge police for mishandling police. Shoot, you could be a boy 6 years old with a water gun and get shot. They getting off. A red see-through water gun, they'll still get off. That's what I see
Yeah,
out of
that
this
that
news.
that's why I say about a lot of us in these positions. I always encourage people to take positions where they can have a foot against this type of stuff, but they never do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Real talk. Real talk. That is real talk.
So, well, with that being said, man, a lot of people, that's a part of waking up, man. That's part of the conversations people should be having. It's a lot of stuff. We ain't gonna get into that this episode, but I mean, it's a lot of stuff that people gotta really start questioning, like in the jobs. How many people have been turned away because, for one, they weren't bilingual, they didn't speak Spanish, Chinese, French, something like that. That's happened in LA. It's a lot of stuff that needs to change because it's a lot of stuff keeping people out of employment because of certain
But
restrictions that shouldn't be on applications. It's certain.
but they can't do that now though, because Trump made English the official language of the United States.
Well, that don't mean people are gonna abide by it. You can go look on application sites right now, and I've seen some, that'll pop up in your email. If you anybody who's been on Indeed before, you'll tend to get random emails from shit, and it'll say this, that, then it'll say this language is required. I'm like, how can you have a required foreign language in America? Like, and it wasn't even Spanish, So just saying, like, it's crazy.
Hey, let me know where that is so I can apply for it, so I can just go ahead and get a lawsuit in with the federal government, get me some easy money. Trump will love that. His DA love that. You know that. That racist bitch would be on it like flies on shit. Real talk.
Yeah. Well, now before we get out of here, I want to ask y'all this question: do y'all say this act that's going on now, where people voicing their opinion on social media, the streets, wherever, even from the government, do you think this is an act of racism or an act of them starting to enforce a law that should have been enforced 5 presidencies ago?
I'll say it's racism. And sure, it's a legitimate cause, but they're choosing to enforce it now for other reasons. And they're going with extreme.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Like I said,
that's a good
when it's
opinion.
beneficial for them, they have no problem with it. But when it's not beneficial, all of a sudden it's a war on immigration now. And like I said, I always believe there's something else motivated behind this. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, but what I want to say to that is, that's I agree with you. That's your opinion. I ain't saying that's wrong at all. But I tell a lot of people, you see where it's targeted at what state. So the state that is targeted at is because 50% of people who are legal in America come to California. You know what I'm saying? So California sees it from a different realm. A lot of
Yeah, they
people are
do.
looking at the shit that's the news from here, but the shit that y'all looking at, we walking outside looking at it in the street, and we seeing it entirely. Y'all seeing what the news reports, and they
Oh
not
yeah.
reporting everything. Like
Hell
today,
no.
they arrested the ICE picked up some black dude on 7th and Hope by the train station, and they got it on. It's on social media, And I was just saying to myself, like, damn man, it was like 2 people recording, but I said if this was somebody else, it would have been like 90, 100 people out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
So that's why I
Yeah,
tell people to, like pay like really pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just told Don, like that's a federal law they passed. He said, let me know where and I'll go apply. Well, it's all on these people are still posting this shit. So who you think they're targeting? Not saying they're targeting a certain demographic of people, but some of these jobs are hiring for Mandarin Chinese or these languages, different languages, but it's required to have this job. So you mean to tell me if somebody needs a bachelor degree, need all these requirements and have this, but they just don't speak this language, you won't hire them?
Well
Yep.
shit,
I mean,
Milo, some
depends.
people the
I mean,
police
what is
done
the
did the
job?
police done did enough to where hell no, we ain't finna call them. We gonna take our chances. Shit. Oh yeah, they're definitely trying to change the face of America. For sure. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, they say Milo, there are some racist cops, but if you get robbed, will you call them or will you refuse because some are racist? Hey, that's a good point. That's just like a lot of people who don't have religion, who don't believe in God, but who tend to play in the streets. And everybody who play that game, not everybody wins. And somebody who goes down that lead way, they always laying on their back, calling for who?
yeah, yeah,
Every time.
yeah. Right before I'm sure Ronald Reagan Jr., the one who said he ain't
You
scared
know
to go
what?
to hell and burn. Ronald Reagan Jr., when he get on that commercial, say he ain't scared to go to hell and burn. When his time come, watch that motherfucker be like, "Forgive me, God. I was just joking." Yeah, okay, motherfucker.
Too,
You joke with that
too
hot
late. You
magna
you
on
go
your
lay
ass.
right next by those lay right next by those steaks.
That motherfucking
Every time.
hot magna gonna hit his ass. He gonna be screaming like a bitch.
But you know what though, man? I agree with what Milo just said, man. Like, trying to change the face of America. Well, I would say California was a big, I want to say, experiment pot. Looked like the federal government experimented here doing what they do. Then our government experimented by California was a fucking was crazy. I'm talking about if you really look at it just in entirety, man, it was a lot of shit going on, man. You if you really pay attention to the news, look at the illegal shit that went on in California as far as like illegal casinos and shit like that went on under the Biden administration, all kind of shit like that. Like, look what California was going on, man. You had motherfuckers going in the man, you had people walking in the stores 20 deep with like 5 or 6 grocery bags, shopping and walking out without paying and not getting in trouble. So
Hey,
this was what's going on.
I want to throw this one little slip in there right quick. E, I just want to know if anybody, I know you too, E, anybody you trip off the fact that the Grand Canyon is on fire.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that earlier.
I mean it's on fire worse than LA was. Man,
Why am I going I know that at some point, sometime, somebody gonna go to the bottom of that motherfucker. Or somebody that's in the bottom of that motherfucker gonna come up and get saying some shit. Why the fuck would I want to let that be seen if I tell everybody there's nothing there?
Well, they had some dude. I think I don't know if y'all seen that on the Facebook. I posted on my stories, man. Some guy, he was taking a fan, one of them parachutes with a fan over the Grand Canyon, and they were
Yeah,
recording.
like the fan,
And
man.
they went over areas of the Grand Canyon that ain't been explored in years. And man, he saw, man, the shit that he took. It was like a perfectly built like temple village inside the mountain in the Grand Canyon. Like, who the hell built that?
That was before our bed. Look,
And it was
hey
so
man,
massive. The door entrance was like man, they saw how big the door entrance was from the air. Like, damn, that's a big ass entrance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they done already proved it was, it was giant, biblically wise. You look at those tombs in Egypt, those little tombs, those slides on those coffins, 8 tons, 9 tons in a little room. How you gonna get a top that's 8 tons in a little room?
Yeah.
have a
Go
couple
figure.
motherfuckers that could lift something that's 8 tons.
Shit, now
I
you
don't give
didn't
a
need a
fuck who you
couple. Shit,
get.
one of them
You
giants, you
ain't
needed one.
you ain't you ain't gonna get no couple, no 10, no 12, 15, 30, 50, 100 motherfuckers ain't gonna lift no 8 tons. It don't work like that. 8 tons is 8 tons. Tons is what? That's 2,000 pounds, right? Are you talking about 16,000 pounds? Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, they had giants
Them
around this
giants were
motherfucker.
strong.
The giants wasn't just walking around playing tiddlywinks, goddamn.
Oh no, no, no. They were doing their thing.
Well, see,
That's why that water was
that's the thing.
released on their
We
ass.
don't know the truth. Well, like they said, they had some gentle giants in the villages. Not all of them was was treacherous. They had some that would flock to the people and protect that village.
Yeah, yeah.
But damn man, we've been on for about an hour and a half, man. I know it's Monday, man. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody week started off. Before we get out of here, we're gonna go around this shit real quick, man. Say 8:33, 10:33 out there. Man, go ahead, Big LA.
Love who love you. Rock with who rock with you. It's a lot of crazy shit going on, and if you ain't paying attention, you will get swept up. Keep your eyes open. Watch your own six. In the means and in betweens, like, share, sub up. Hey, tell a friend, tell 10 more, do it again. I'll fuck with you.
That's what's up, man. Russ, man, go ahead and get them some news they could use.
Shit. Life is finite. Live each day like, I don't want to say your last, but enjoy each day. Because, tomorrow's not promised to anyone, and it goes by quicker than you know. So appreciate it for what it is. Life is a gift.
Yeah, you right about that. Go ahead, Don, man. Go ahead, kick them off with some knowledge.
I say for everybody, respect your fellow man. Respect everybody you come across. You know, we like to nut up on people when they feel like they're being disrespected. But you know what? Sometimes you can say, whatever. Well, whatever, motherfucker. Go on about your business. Because you don't want no problem. They don't want no problem. You get a problem, you might regret going through with it. You know what I mean? You might not get caught, but you might get caught. Better yet, if you give people respect, you ain't got to worry about that shit and say, y'all just go on about your business, keep on pushing. No harm done. Do it like that.
That's what's up, man. Again, man, like I say, thank y'all for tuning in to West of the 110. Brother Russ, Don, Big LA. We here on Mondays. Like I say, to add to what Don was saying, real talk, man. I don't care who you are, where you from. If the house is on fire, you don't add more people to the room. So LA needs to fix itself before it tries to fix anyone else. Mayor Bass, you ain't failing the black or brown folks. You just failing the working class right now. That's people paying into the tax. So it ain't about racism. It's about respect. And right now, the people who here in the city who doing everything to keep this shit running, they feel like they being disrespected. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we got to fix some stuff internally before we help externally. And we could probably get through this thing a little more peaceful. But until then, what I'm saying, real talk don't end, and just take a break. Respect to you, gentlemen. I will catch y'all guys next week.
Pouring out the figures from this music that I'm spitting. I'm demanding all attention, so I hope the streets listen. Wish my people was around to see the day I got big. Rest in peace to those deceased behind this gangbang shit. I'm southern by my soul, West Coast is where I'm from. Spend some time at H-Town, but South Central, here I come. Got a problem, let's do it, fuck a gun, knuckle up. I think it's time to West Side, got their ass up.